Hello, my friend. Welcome to today's yoga practice. My name is Brenton, and the name of today's practice is Get Strong. This is the first class in a series of classes designed to introduce us to some key movement nutrients that our bodies need on a daily basis to work and feel better day after day. So just to define our terms a little bit before we get down on the ground, strength is our ability to generate muscle force against resistance. In a more simpler term, I like to think of it as strength being I'm generating new strength anytime that I'm doing something that's really muscularly challenging. So we'll talk a lot about strength in today's practice. We'll probably hear the word load. Load is the challenge that's being applied to our muscles. And because we're all showing up to this class with different movement histories and different strength training histories, we're going to offer a lot of progressions for different types of load that we might apply so that we all feel very comfortable customizing the practice to our unique bodies today. So let's go ahead and get started like we normally do on our backs. And the first little bit of time here is to start moving in any way that just feels good to you. Because then our nervous system is calm and at ease, and we're able to flush our body with attention like light filling a room. At the same time, start breathing nice and easily in and out through your nose, nice and low in your belly. Because strength is inherently challenging, we're going to be very challenged throughout our practice. So let's see if we can maintain our attention nice and broad and the breathing nice and easy and low in the body, in and out through the nose. So as usual, let's start by getting the glutes on. So you can ground your feet wherever it's comfortable for you. And then we'll press down with the feet and lift the hips up off the ground, just a few inches. Of course, we want to make sure that the low back feels good. We can start to pulse the hips up and down, driving at the glutes and making sure that the low back feels good throughout. Now, you might like to be right here, but you might also like to walk your right foot a little bit more center and add a load to the right leg by keeping the pelvis where it is. Push down through the right foot and lift the left knee up over the pelvis. So that's going to change the load a lot in that standing leg. If you can manage that, start your pulsing again. If you can't manage that, pulse with both of your feet down because it really will work its way into the backside. We really want our glutes to be strong. They're very prime. They're prime supporters of our movement. They're prime stabilizers of the pelvis. Really push through the foot. You can even take your right hand to your right hip. Really lift the right hip bone up into the hand. Okay, so taking the left foot down, heel toeing the left foot more center on the mat, seeing if we can lift the right knee up over the pelvis. Same thing here. And if you feel like you're over-efforting in the back, we got to distribute some of that effort to the glute, to maybe even the hamstring back there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take both feet down to the ground and in your own time, release and relax. Let's turn our focus now to the front side, the front abdomen. Interlock the hands behind the head with the elbows wrapped in and use the abdomen to lift up off the shoulder blades. So you might not come very far up. We definitely don't want this in the neck. Neck nice and soft and relaxed, but really use the abdomen to lift up and use the abdomen so much that it's shaking a little bit. So you get a little bit of a tremor through those muscles. And that is our muscles saying to us, hey, I haven't really been here before or that long. And so our job is to breathe through it and keep the face nice and soft and relaxed. Okay, coming down onto the back here. Option to keep working like this or to lift the legs up over the pelvis, knees up over the pelvis. Legs can be bent or straight. If you have a block, you can put that between your legs to get them to fire up and hug in towards the midline a little bit. So from here, coming up off the shoulder blades, head nice and soft into the hands, we're going to get more nuance into our belly. So we're going to start to turn at the pelvis a little bit left and a little bit right. A little bit left and a little bit right. And really seeing if you can utilize your belly strength to move the pelvis. Okay, when you're ready, release and relax that all the way down. Hopefully you just felt more good stuff in the lower abdomen turn on for you and fire up. Let's set the legs. Let's lift up off the shoulder blades using the abdomen here. So now let's hold the pelvis nice and still, but let's turn an inch to the left with the chest. Your belly moves you, your shoulders follow, and your neck is nice and soft. Come back to center, turn an inch to the right. So let's rock back and forth, still attempting to get up off of both shoulder blades. So we're not just falling onto the grounded shoulder blade when we're turning. And again, try to let the shoulders move after the belly moves. Okay, let's go ahead and release and relax that all the way down. Now hopefully feeling a little bit more turned on higher up the chain. Let's put all of that together. So taking the legs, hands behind the head, come on up off the shoulder blades, belly nice and strong. We're going to turn the pelvis to the right, at the same time twist the chest to the left. Come back to center, turn the pelvis to the left, turn the chest to the right. Let's do this a few times. Keep breathing nice and steady. Okay, and after this last one, release and relax. We're almost there. So hopefully we feel really turned on here in the belly. That'll be good stuff because then it'll be more automatic throughout our practice. But let's do just one more thing that I think will get us into even more layers of the abdomen. So interlock the hands, take the legs up. Here we go. We're going to come up off the shoulder blades, head nice and soft into the hands. So find the belly on here. We want the low back to stay nice and secure as we stretch the legs away from the abdomen any amount. You're going to feel that shake come. Keep the belly drawing down, front pelvis drawing down. When you're ready, bring the legs back up and release and relax. Keep the breathing easy and soft. Let's do that one more time. Legs up off the shoulder blades, head soft into the hands. Keep the back nice and stable as you reach the legs away any amount. Bringing the legs back up. Here we go. We're done. Release and relax. Feel how nice and taut the abdomen is. Keep it nice and taut as you're rolling up to a seat here. You can take a few moments in your seat if that feels good. But right away, we're going to turn over onto hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders here. Gripping the floor with the fingers. Pulling that energy up the arms into the shoulders. And lifting the rib cage into the shoulder blades. Keep your neck and throat in line with the spine. We'll start to walk the right foot back without tipping the pelvis. Walk the left foot back, plank. Bend the left knee under the hip. Right knee under the hip. Here we go. Right foot back. Left foot back, right knee down, left knee down. We're going to alternate left foot back, left knee down, right knee down. Right foot, right knee, left knee. One more time. Left foot, left, right, left knee, right knee. Let's go ahead and come down to the forearms. Elbows under the shoulders, that's more narrow than you'd think. Hands wide or clasped, depending on what feels better for your arms and your shoulders. So relax the head, lift up off the knees for dolphin. Push down through the forearms. Really pull the chest into the shoulder blades. From here, we're gonna walk the feet back, Shifting the shoulders forward for forearm plank. Really still pushing instead of dumping. So use your muscular strength to hold the position. Slowly bend the knees, walk the feet in. Dolphin. Dolphin, contain the front body, pull it in to the shoulder blades. Slowly begin to walk the feet back out. Forearm plank. Slowly we're going to walk the feet back in, dolphin. And in this dolphin, we're going to see, can I lift the left heel off the floor, push the heel back, bend the knee into the chest. 2 more times. So it's loading the shoulders in a different way. Left foot down, right foot up, push back at the heel, draw in. Coming all the way down here. Take a child's pose or a break of some sort, whatever feels good to you, but keep breathing nice and easily. Nice and low in the body. Our nervous system loves it when we build strength, especially in these big end range motions that we do in yoga. Strength is really our protective force. It's a big pain reliever for us. So the stronger we can get, I think the better that we'll feel in general. Go ahead and take the hands down, shoulders over the wrists, grip the floor, tuck the toes, shift the knees up, and shift the pelvis back down, dog. Easy breathing here. Space in your shoulders, strength pulling up through the fingers. And when you're ready to push off the hands one at a time to walk back to the feet, that's where we'll go. Relaxing through the head here. Your first forward bend, let it just be kind of soft. Imagine your spine like a waterfall. So if the floor is really far away, consider perching yourself up onto the edge of a couch, an ottoman, or even just onto your legs there. You can always take down dog there too, like putting your arms out on the couch like so. So bend into the knees, weight the feet, slowly come all the way up, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. Taking the hands down in front, reaching the arms back up, and then hinge from the hips to come down over the legs. Relax the head, walking ourselves forward to downward facing dog. We want down dog to be a place where strength is cultivated in the shoulders. So grip the floor, pull muscle activation up the arms into your armpits, your chest, and your upper back. And then imagine that your shoulders are trying to shift forward to plank. So that's how the shoulders like to be set in downward facing dog. But now let's let the shoulders win and actually come forward into plank. Shoulder blades set the height. We lift up into them and then step ourselves all the way back down dog. Shifting forward, plank. And back down dog. One more time, forward plank. Feel the pose, tap the knees down, lift the chest into the shoulder blades, and then bend the elbows, keep the chest open as you approach the floor. Relax through the tops of the feet here, back of the neck nice and long. And then slide the hands back underneath the elbows. Hover the hands if that feels okay on your shoulders, and really lift the shoulders from the floor. Contain the front body, make sure your low back feels good. And then we'll see if we can unhinge the elbows, pushing back at the hands, bending the hands, hovering them underneath, doing that a couple of times. So really opening the chest and exposing the shoulders to this extended range of motion. Keeping the shoulders in this static position while the arms move helps strengthen all of the tissue around the shoulder. So hands down underneath the armpit, lift the shoulders, gather strength through the front body as you push up to the knees, tuck the toes, shift the pelvis up and back down dog. Remember the principles of the arms and shoulders here. Then as you feel ready, pushing off the hands one at a time to walk all the way back to the feet. Relax the head, bend the knees, roll the belly in and up to come up to stand. Finish it with a nice big arm reach up to the sky, hands down. Reaching the arms all the way up. Forward fold. Relax the head, walking ourselves forward, this time all the way to plank. And then in plank, we'll do some knee taps. So we'll tap the knees down, we'll lift the knees up. Tap and lift. So really loading the shoulders here. Next time we tap the knees down, hold there. Grip the floor, bend the elbows, keep the chest nice and open, front body contained as you come down. Relax through the tops of the feet here. We really want to contain the front body, so press your pubis bone down, front pelvis lifts up, front ribs lift up to the back, and maybe we interlock the hands behind the head. If that's not accessible, maybe just take cactus here. And from here, we'll do some small back extensions, lifting up and down. So it's not a huge range of motion. We definitely want to feel the whole front body still contain itself into the back body here. So if you feel any pain, pinchiness along the spine, be open to the possibility that we need to recruit more of the front body. Getting the back muscles turned on here. Okay, hands down underneath the armpits. Contain your front body as you push up to the knees, tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the pelvis up and back, downward facing. Gripping the floor here, we'll start to walk the feet forward one at a time, shifting the weight forward. When you lose or if you lose the mobility at some point, just pick your hands up off the floor. That's a perfectly fine choice. If you can leave them down, walk your feet in between them. Bend your knees, slowly come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms all the way up, hands down. If you're ready to add on to your hip hinge, let's go ahead and lift the left knee up. Get a little bouncy in the standing leg here. You could even walk over to a countertop if you wanted something to hold on to. But just setting the pelvis evenly between the legs, getting yourself nice and lifted. From here, we're going to try to move the whole spine in one piece as we hinge forward over the standing leg, and then press down through the standing leg, come right back up. So single leg hip hinges here, really loading that standing leg. And the standing glute, hopefully you can feel that glute working for you. Let's do one more. Okay, when you come up, let's extend through the left foot, taking the left foot down to the floor. Here we go, we're gonna reach all the way up to the sky there, and then hands down. One more time, reaching the arms all the way up, and forward fold. Bending the knees, step the left foot back, tap the knee down to the ground. Here we are in a low lunge here. We'll keep the left hand on the ground and pulling the pelvis back, open the right arm to the sky for a twist. So grip the floor with those left fingers, pull that energy up the arm, really lean into that left shoulder blade and feel all of the belly stuff recruit back to the spine. Feel your legs draw into the pelvis and pull the pelvis back so that you're stretching the spine out of the pelvis there. As you feel ready, hand down, lift the back knees, step the right foot back. You decide if the knees are lifted or lowered. What kind of load are your shoulders and your arms prepared for here? And as you feel ready, slowly lower all the way down. Release and relax the tops of the feet here. Let's go ahead and cactus the arms. And this time, keeping the chest and the back mostly on the floor, we're just gonna pulse the shoulders. So keep the chin tucked. When you pulse the shoulders, feel the rib cage. You want your front ribs lifting into your back ribs, belly button lifting, front pelvis lifting. Let's go ahead, take the elbows down, underneath the shoulders, grip the floor. Pull the belly up, either hold here, tuck the toes, forearm plank. Push back through the heels, shift your shoulders over your elbows. Really lift into the back body. Tap the knees down, come all the way back down. Cactus hovers. So pulsing here, containing the front body. Taking the elbows down underneath the shoulders, lifting up forearm plank. Option to stay here or tap the right foot out to the side, bring it back. Tap the left foot out to the side, bring it back. Working like that. Let's take 3 on each side.
Okay, coming back, knees down, all the way down. Last time, cactus hovers. Keep the breathing nice and easy. And here we go. Elbows down, grip the floor, come on up. Turn the thumbs up. Turn onto the right side. Cup the right shoulder with the left hand. So we're in forearm side plank here. Really pull in all of the contents of the abdomen, the front ribs, pushing down through that right forearm. Coming back, take the knees down one at a time, up to the hands. Easy breathing here. Slowly lift the knees up off the floor, shift the pelvis up and back. Still keep that sense of the shoulders lifting forward towards plank. Let's walk the feet forward again. Relaxing through the head, bend the knees slowly coming all the way up. Finish that by reaching the arms up to the sky and softening the hands down. One more time, arms up. This time as the hands come down, we're going to stand on the left leg, bringing the right leg in front. Really trying to get ourselves nice and lifted over the standing leg, bouncing the standing leg so that we can get it turned on, ready to move. You can keep working here. If you're ready for your single leg hip hinge, here we go. Forward. And using that standing foot and leg, coming all the way back up. You can use your hands to map various parts of your torso. I will often do that here just to kind of see which part of my spine wants to get involved. Because here I'd rather have my standing leg, my standing glute really on and doing the work for me. Okay, last time we'll come up. We'll stretch out through the right heel. We'll take the right foot down. Feel your legs. Deep, easy breathing here. Reaching the arms all the way up. Settling the hands down. One more time to reach the arms. And now, hinging forward over both legs. Releasing the hands, bending into the knees, stepping the right foot back. Use your glutes. Can you feel your glutes on here for you? Take the right knee down, pull the pelvis back, stand on the right hand as you open the torso for a twist. So really use the legs to pull into the pelvis here and stand on that right arm like you're in side plank. Pulling all of the front body into the back body as you revolve. Okay, taking that left hand down, lift the right knee, step the left leg back, plank. Here we go, we'll tap the knees down here. We'll widen the hands off the mat, and then we'll do some military style push-ups, bending the elbows out to the side, coming back up. So seeing how the shoulders respond to this when you change the hand placement around. So you're varying the load on the shoulders, keeping the chest open, the shoulder bones lifting from the floor. Coming all the way down. We know where we're going here, right? Elbows down. Actually, let's start here with the cactus pulses. So contain your front body, take cactus arms, start pulsing. And when you're ready, elbows down, front body curls up, lift the knees, forearm plank. Breathe nice and easily. As we feel ready, tap the knees, coming down for cactus pulses. Okay, taking the elbows down, front body peels in. Here we go, lifting up. This time we can turn the hips to the left and the right, pulling the front body up, twisting a little bit. Okay, coming down, knees down, everything down. Last time, here we go. Cactus pulses. Working at the shoulders, nothing else. Okay, forearms down, pulling everything up. Here we go, turn the thumbs up, Roll onto the left side, cup the left shoulder with the right hand just so you can feel it. Get into a nice centrated position there, pulling the front body into the back body. Push. Okay, coming back down. Knees tap, walk the knees in, come up to the palms. Grip the floor. From here, hover the knees, send the pelvis up and back, down dog. Push off the hands one at a time to walk all the way back to the feet there. Relaxing through the head and neck. Bend the knees, slowly coming all the way up to stand. Reaching the arms wide and high. Taking the hands down. Let's keep moving here. So let's separate the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then come down for a high squat. So we'll bounce here a little bit. Again, just trying to get the movement into the ankles, knees, and hips rather than in the low back. So low back's not doing a ton of movement. So you could keep your hands on your belly and your low back to map. You could also have your hands in front of your chest. So whatever feels good to you. We're going to come down, and then we're going to see if we can unweight one foot, walk it forward, unweight the other foot, walk it forward. So we're duck walking here. We're mapping the distance between the hip bones and the armpits, and that is not swaying at all. So we're using the legs to really hold the pelvis in place. Once you get to the top, walking back. And once you get all the way back, we will walk forward. Now, you have the option, once you walk forward, to do this one more time, walking back and forward. We'll meet at the top. If you feel like you're ready for a little bit more load on the legs, you want to make sure that your back feels good here, but you can stop at the top and start hopping up and coming back down. Okay, coming all the way up. Keep breathing through your nose. Feel your heart. Okay. Keeping the right foot on the ground. Here we go. We'll lift the left knee up in front. We'll come back to that single leg hip hinge. So what are you prepared to do? If you're ready to move on, you can go to the hip hinge, hold here, push through the left foot, warrior three, bend the left knee back into the belly, stand back up. So let's do that a few times. If you're not ready for that, you can work with your single leg hip hinge, even holding onto a countertop to help you build up the capacity for the movement. So strength is all about customizing the load for whatever our history has been with strength to this point. If you want to hold your hip hinge, hold your warrior three, let's do that. Is your standing leg ready to bend and push through the floor and straighten? And bend and straighten. Really contain the front body. Bend and straighten. Good job. Take the left foot down. We're in high lunge here. Keep breathing. And get up onto your back tippy toes. Scoop the back knee forward. Get the pelvis upright. The whole torso nice and upright here. And then from here, taking the arms into any variation that feels good for you, we're going to press through the feet, straighten the legs, but everything's contained on the front of the body. We're not doing this. We're getting everything pulled into the spine. From here, we'll go ahead and bend the knees any amount, even to the point where they touch down to a low lunge, and then push and come all the way up. So building some strength in our ability to bend and straighten the legs, pushing and coming up. Really trying to keep the torso nice and stable. After this last one, let's turn open to the side. Horse pose, heels in, toes out. Keep your pelvis nice and upright as you come down. A little pulsing here. Do us some good. Let's actually do some diagonals with the arms, pulsing back, keeping your front body contained, pulsing back, just to get the chest a little bit more open. Pulsing back. We're doing this with the back body nice and full, the front body nice and full. Taking the hands together, warrior two to the right, left toes to the long edge, right toes forward. Make sure your ankles, knees, and hips feel like they're in a soft place, pulling up into the pelvis here. And then we're gonna stay nice and lifted over the pelvis, but lift up with the right arm, stretch the right side, and then lift up with the left arm, stretch the left side. So moving back and forth like that, it's not a ton of movement. You wanna feel the pelvis stay nice and stable through the whole sequence. So the legs working, drawing up into the hips. Okay. From here, we're going to turn forward back to our high lunge. Here we are. And then from here, hinging forward over that front leg, standing up. So working with that hip hinge over that front leg, standing up. One more time. This time we're hinging. We're going to take the hands down, move the right foot back to plank pose. So here we are in plank pose, and we're going to take the right knee down with the foot going back. We're going to open up for a modified side plank, lifting the left foot up. So you can kickstand this right leg out if the balance is being challenged. This is really hard to do with the foot going straight back. Seeing if we can get a sense of that. Taking the left hand down, plank. You're going to see hold here, or can you pull the right elbow up to the sky? Take the right hand down, right knee down, modified side plank, open up. Taking the left foot down, right foot back, plank. Here we go, right arm up, right hand down, right knee down, modified side plank. Here we go. Pulling the right arm up. Work with modified side plank, or now open up to full side plank. Here we are. Coming back down plank, right elbow up, right hand down, side plank. Let's do one more. Keep the breathing nice and easy. Let's go back to plank. Shift it up and back, downward facing dog. Feel your shoulders get strong, like they want to shift forward to plank. Gripping the floor with the hands. Here we go. We're going to push off the hands one at a time to walk all the way back to the feet there. Relaxing through the head. Bend the knees, slowly coming all the way up, reaching the arms up to the sky. Hands down. Let's separate the feet. Come back to our duck squat here. Heels in, toes out. A little pulsing. We can again start the duck walks forward. And you're really getting strong on that standing leg, using it to hold the pelvis in place. And just like before, because what can also help build strength is the repetition of something, more time under tension, the more duration. So you can keep walking forward and back, or if you're ready to load the hands a little bit more, we're going to take the hands down, shoulders over the wrists. We're going to pop the feet up and down. Then we're going to take the hands forward, pop the feet up and down. When the feet go up, the pelvis is going up. And when you go forward, then you can also go back. Okay, we'll meet at the top of the mat. Whatever you're choosing to do. The hops also work the legs like crazy. And then coming all the way up to stand. So breathe nice and easy, in and out through the nose. Here we go. I'm going to take the right knee up, back to our single leg hip hinge. So you can use your hands to map. I always love mapping. Coming forward. If you're ready to add the warrior three, push through the right foot, bend through the right knee, pull in, come all the way up. So your low back is not moving at all during any of this. And if you lose your balance, the floor is right there, so it's all good. So if you want to hold warrior three, hold warrior three. Is your standing leg ready for a bend and a straighten? Lifting everything into the front body. Bend and straighten. One more time. Here we go. Stepping the right foot back. High lunge. Up under the back tippy toes. Scooping the back knee forward. Here we are. High lunge position. Set your arms wherever it's comfortable. It might not be up, it might be in front or on your pelvis. That's all good. So containing everything on the body. Here we go. Some deep knee bends. And just do whatever the knees are prepared to do and the legs are prepared to do for you. Okay, after this last one, here we go. We're gonna turn open, horse pose, heels in, toes out, pelvis upright, little pulse. So keeping everything nice and contained right here, none of it's busting out. And we'll do a couple of our diagonals. Just getting the chest nice and open. So you're doing this, but these front ribs are staying put. They're not pushing forward. And that way, you're asking your upper back and your shoulder blades to do the work, rather than your spine just kind of pushing out and doing it for you. Let's turn to warrior two to the left. Make sure your joints of the lower body feel like they're in a good position. Draw them up into the hips there. Get yourself nice and lifted. And then we're staying upright over the pelvis as we lift the left arm, reaching through that left side body. Same thing on the other side. And really think about the legs drawing into the pelvis. So the pelvis is not rocking to make you feel like you have a deeper position, if that makes sense at all. If it doesn't make sense, just let it go in one ear and out the other. Okay, here we go. Warrior two. And from warrior two, turning forward, back to the high lunge. We're gonna take the hands down and move back to plank. So here we are in plank. We're gonna take the left knee down with the foot straight back if we can manage it. And here's the little balance challenge, pulling the right foot up, seeing if we can come into modified side plank. Okay, and you can kickstand that bottom leg if the balance is getting tricky. So take the right hand down, plank. In this plank, can you pull up at the left elbow? Taking the left hand down, left knee down, modified side plank, right arm up. Taking the right hand down, left foot back, seeing if you can hold plank, but pull the left elbow up, left knee down, modified side plank. So if you're only able to do part of this, only do part of it. You could hold a plank, you could hold forearm plank. There's lots of core and arm stuff that we've done today already. For the last two, if you're ready for full side plank, here we go, opening up. Back to plank, left elbow, side plank, hand down, left elbow, and here we go, downward facing. From downward facing dog, you decide if you want to step or hop the feet forward. That's up to you. Forward fold at the top, ground through your strong feet, slowly coming all the way up to stand. Press down, reach up through the arms. Taking the hands down in front of the chest. Here we go, reaching the arms back up, hinging forward over the legs here. Hands down, shoulders over the wrist, moving the feet back one at a time, plank pose, and then you decide how you're coming down to the floor. Once you get down there, release through the tops of the feet, maybe even release the hands and the forehead down. Really press your pubis bone down. Lift your right foot and right knee up off the ground. Then take that down, lift the left foot and knee up. So we're using the muscles behind the legs to lift the legs. I always imagine that those muscles are like handles on a grocery bag. And the grocery bag's filled with kombucha bottles, so it's really heavy. When we do this, we want to keep that pubis bone down. So if your tailbone starts to lift up or your pubis starts to lift up, that's when you say, okay, let me do a smaller movement pattern. Let me get that. Let me get the brain understanding that, and then let me build on. So if you're ready for more here, lift your right foot and knee, keep your pubis bone down, keep the right knee lifted, but bend the foot and straighten it back. Do that 2 more times. And if you're not ready for that, then just keep alternating those, let's call them swimmer legs. Taking that right leg back, left leg up if you're working with me, pubis down, knee up, bend into the knee 3 times. So that's getting the backs of the legs there. Keep the pubis bone down that whole time. Okay. From here, let's go ahead, take the legs back, take the hands down underneath the armpits, push up, tuck the toes, lift the knees, plank, send the pelvis up and back, down dog. Let's see, do we have one more sun salutation in us? Let's go ahead, decide if you're stepping or if you're hopping forward. It's all good. Ground down through your feet, slowly coming all the way up, reaching up with the arms, taking the hands down. One more time, reaching up with the arms, forward folding over the legs. Keeping the hands here, stepping the feet back, 1 at a time, plank. And one more time, you decide how you're coming down to the floor. Once we come down here, release and relax, take the forehead down to stacked hands again. This time, just kind of rock and roll your pelvis left to right. We're gonna start cooling the practice down here. So see how you did today. How's your attention? How's your breathing? You made it. Try to make your breathing light as a feather here and way down low into your belly so you feel the lowest part of your belly, like where your pelvis is, open into the floor when you breathe in. Let's go ahead, come up to the forearms here. And no more forearm planks, I promise. But from here, we'll go threading the left arm underneath the right arm and open the right arm for a twist. So come to wherever is comfortable for you. If you have some couch cushions around you, you could prop up this right knee. You could also prop up underneath that right shoulder. So really whatever feels good to you. And you could always take another twist of your choice as well. Just letting your body kind of splay out here. Thanking your body for everything it's done today. And you're ready to come back to your belly. Here we go. Other side. When you're ready, let's continue this action and roll all the way onto our backs. And if there's something else that you know would just feel fantastic, then please go ahead and do that. If you're ready to rest like I am, find a restful position, whether that's legs out wide or up on a chair or an ottoman of some sort, even feet on the ground, knees bent in. Sometimes I like to prop my head up on a pillow. So really just take your time to get as comfortable as possible here. And let's actually stay here for another moment or two as you start to really let your breathing go nice and soft, nice and low in your body. See if you can let go of all of your senses here. So your sense of hearing, let all of the sounds around you be what they are without it disturbing you in any way. Even let go of your sense of touch so that you're not quite sure where your skin ends and the rest of the world begins. If you're ready to start moving your body a little bit from here, really take your time, and I'll offer us a few moments of silent sitting to really seal the deal of our practice and just get us a little bit of silent sitting in our day, which is extremely helpful. Just let your awakening process be nice and slow, intuitive, instinctual. When you come up to a seat, that can be on the floor, in a chair, on a couch, you're welcome to close your eyes or keep them open and soft. But just giving us another few moments here to put some space between our thinking and our behavior. Because so often when we get up, all of a sudden thinking kind of takes over again, and it can kind of automatically generate our behavior. So we want a little bit of practice and time spent here where the thinking is happening, but we're not acting on it immediately. If you have a few extra minutes to sit here, I definitely recommend it. 5-10 minutes a day can make a big difference. So before we wrap up practice today, great job. I hope we all built a lot of strength in our bodies, and that of course translates into our mind and our psychology as well. So let's not think that this is limited to our bodies, but even if that's all we got today was a stronger, more capable body, it will definitely pay off. We will likely experience less pain, less tightness, less inflammation as a result. So thank you for sticking with me, because you did a great job, and this is exactly what we need to work and feel better day after day.
Make sure, please, that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. That's very important for the algorithm and also for unlocking new features on the channel. Our big goal is getting to 1,000, so if you can help us do that by subscribing and also sharing this movement with other people in your life, that would be fantastic. And also make sure you're signed up for what we call our weekly letter. It's totally free. You can do it from a link in the description of this video, but that's where you get the links to these practices, links to blog posts, if we're doing any kinds of events or anything like that. It's all curated in one place and you don't have to go searching around the internet for what new things might be out there. So definitely make sure you're signed up for that and that you're joining us here every Sunday night for new classes. This whole month, we're doing a series on movement nutrients. So we just did strength, but over the next few weeks, we're gonna tackle mobility, stability, power, and then novel movements. So with all of those combined, I think we'll have a really great understanding of what our body is asking for each and every day when we wake up. So have a wonderful day. I'll see you here soon.